If the moon disappeared tonight, you wouldn't notice the danger right away, and that's exactly what makes it terrifying. Imagine a completely ordinary night on Earth. No warnings, no strange signals, no sudden noise. And then, without any announcement, the moon is simply gone. No explosion, no flash of light, just an empty, cold void where it once hung in the sky. For a few seconds, nothing happens. People look up, confused, unsure of what they're seeing. It doesn't feel like a catastrophe, not yet. At first, the change seems almost subtle. But as your eyes adjust, you realize the night is darker than it has ever been. The moon, which once reflected sunlight so gently across the surface of our planet, is no longer there to soften the darkness. In its place, the stars appear sharper, denser, more alive than ever before. The sky becomes breathtaking but not comforting, because beneath that beauty lies a quiet absence, a feeling that something essential has been removed from the world. And while humanity is still staring upward, something far more significant is already happening below. A massive gravitational force has just vanished. For billions of years, the moon has been pulling on Earth's oceans, creating tides, the slow, steady breathing of the planet. Without it, that rhythm doesn't stop instantly, but it begins to drift. At first, the oceans continue to move as if nothing has changed. Waves still rise and fall. The coastline still looks familiar. And that illusion of normalcy is what makes the situation so dangerous. Because the greatest changes rarely begin with chaos, they begin with silence. Gradually, the tides weaken. The powerful pull that once shaped coastlines and guided marine life fades into something smaller, less predictable. Along the shores, entire ecosystems begin to lose their timing. Creatures that have evolved for millions of years to live by the rhythm of the tides, starfish, crabs, algae, find themselves out of sync. They don't all die immediately, but their internal clocks begin to fail. Feeding patterns shift, reproduction cycles break, and slowly, the delicate balance that once sustained them starts to unravel. But this is only the surface of the problem, because far beyond the oceans, the moon has been doing something even more important, something almost invisible. It has been stabilizing the very tilt of the Earth itself. Right now, our planet is tilted at about 23.5 degrees, and that tilt is what gives us seasons. It is what allows climates to remain relatively stable over long periods of time, and the moon has been quietly acting as a gravitational anchor, keeping that tilt from drifting too far. Without it, that stability begins to weaken. Not overnight, not in a way that anyone could immediately see. Days pass, months pass, even years might go by without obvious change. But on a longer timescale, the Earth's axis begins to wobble more freely under the influence of other gravitational forces, especially from the Sun and massive planets like Jupiter. And as that wobble grows, so does the unpredictability of the planet itself. Seasons begin to shift in ways humanity has never experienced before. Some regions may face long, relentless summers where heat builds beyond what ecosystems can handle. Others may fall into extended winters, where cold lingers far longer than expected. The balance of energy across the planet becomes uneven. Weather patterns change direction. Winds grow unstable. Rain falls in the wrong places, while fertile lands begin to dry. And the most dangerous part is not a single disaster, but the loss of all predictability. Agriculture, which depends entirely on stable seasons, begins to struggle. Crops are planted at the wrong time. Harvests fail. Food supplies shrink before anyone fully understands why. At the same time, ecosystems on land begin to fall out of sync. Plants bloom too early or too late. Insects miss their cycles. Birds arrive after their food sources are gone. Small disruptions cascade into larger ones, spreading through entire food chains. The oceans, too, begin to change in deeper ways. Without consistent tidal mixing and stable temperature patterns, ocean currents start to shift. Nutrients no longer circulate as they once did. Plankton populations, tiny organisms that support vast marine ecosystems, fluctuate unpredictably. And when the smallest pieces of the system begin to fail, Everything above them feels the impact. Eventually, humanity can no longer ignore what is happening. At first, it appears as small inconveniences. Fishing becomes less reliable. Coastal systems behave strangely. But soon, larger problems emerge. Agriculture weakens. Water becomes harder to manage. Energy systems struggle to adapt to changing demands. And slowly, the stability that modern civilization depends on begins to fracture. Some regions attempt to adapt. Technology advances. New farming methods are developed. Artificial systems are built to stabilize what nature no longer can. But adaptation takes time, and not everyone has enough of it. The gap between those who can adjust and those who cannot begins to widen. Migration increases. Tensions rise. Entire populations are forced to move as their environments become less livable. And through all of this, Earth itself does not collapse. It continues to orbit the Sunday. From a distance, it still looks like a blue, living planet. Life does not disappear overnight, but it changes slowly, unevenly, and often irreversibly. The world that remains is not the one humanity once knew. Because the truth is, the moon was never just a beautiful object in our sky. It was the silent force that shaped our oceans, stabilized our planet, and made our climate gentle enough for civilization to exist. It was an unseen partner in the story of life on Earth. And without it, that story does not end, but it takes a very different path. And maybe the most unsettling realization is this: we rarely recognize the importance of something so constant until it's gone. So tonight, if you look up and see the moon still hanging there, quiet and familiar, remember that you are not just looking at a distant rock in space. You are looking at one of the reasons Earth still feels like home.